gavel, we've got the mallet, we've got the gavel. Good evening, everybody. This is your president speaking. Well, I think that I have personally done an excellent job at president. I mean, all our competitors.
You see my phone? What are you doing? Get away from there! Oh, you're just taking over. Oh, God. Listen, your time may come. But it's not now. Right. Sorry about that, everybody. Good evening, everybody. This is your president. Welcome to the President's News for the 22nd of April 2020. It's an absolutely beautiful evening. I can see Rob Brown is watching. Karen Desborough, how are you? Past President Julian Golding. Alice Platt, how are you? Mike Salmon, Peter Rogers, how are you? Great to see everybody. Now, did everybody catch the Lyrid meteor shower overnight? Absolutely fantastic spectacle. All you need to do is look out over to the northeast. It's going to happen again tonight. I was laying out in the garden of the clubhouse last night, really enjoying seeing the stars, trying to see the meteor shower. It's best viewed between midnight and 5 a.m. You can go out and watch that again tonight, so I do recommend that to everybody. It was, of course, arranged for Alice Platt by her husband Roger for her 30th birthday, which is happening today, so happy birthday, Alice. This week we've heard from past President Ian Wilson and his wife Pauline, just giving us an update on their news. It's really great to hear from them. Ian was president back in the early 80s, 1981, 1982. Probably used to seeing the price of oil where it is now, a bit topical. I'm really hoping that they're enjoying the news and catching up and seeing the clubhouse as well. There were absolutely some fantastic pictures of Ian on Mike's website, but more detail about that a little bit later on. We've also heard from New Zealand again this week. Lovely to catch up with Alan Stevens. So I'm going to say good morning to everyone in New Zealand, because in addition to getting a nice email from Alan, we've heard from Dennis and Hazel Laurie. And I must say hi to Gail and to Mark and to Olivia. I know that Hazel has been working with Olivia on her classes. It does sound like it's been really dreadful in New Zealand. Dennis bravely battling on with rounds of golf, barbecues and wine. Obviously hoping that they can get back safely. They plan to get back with us in June, but it'd be great to see them. But lovely that we've had their news. So thank you for sending that to us. This week we saw the coaches take on the TikTok challenge. I have to say that was such a magnificent display of hand-eye coordination. It took as few as 74 takes to get it in the can, which is really quite an achievement. We had Mark Purser starting, Karen Desborough walking in a straight line in her garden, so it sounds like lockdown's been going very well for her. Paul Ostrich, Ian Furler and Paul Shaw, of course, new membership secretary. So lovely to see them catching up on that challenge, and that's on the club's TikTok channel. Please use the social media channels. Get your material if you're filming it to our people in the team in the social media team. It's great to share that with everybody. A date for everyone's diaries. This Tuesday, the 28th of April at 8 p.m. We've got the officials web chat. This is being put on by Mark Purser and John Hubbard. They're getting together for this one. I have to say it's unusual to have a webcam session on strict discipline offered for free, but you can catch that on Tuesday evening with them. really, joking aside, we really want to encourage people to do that. We've got these trophy matches lined up for the end of the season, or it'll probably be the start of the season, but what would normally be the end of the season, through July, August, September. We really do need volunteers to come forward to join the team. We'd love to have some more timekeepers, especially the technical officials as well. So definitely take up that opportunity to find out what being an official is all about. It'll be a great session with John and Mark. And this weekend, of course, we would be celebrating the London Marathon. Mike Peel is part of what they call the Ever Presence, or was indeed. Mike has got 32 London Marathon medals. They would be up behind me on a big board because we would be having the London Marathon supper. I have to say that it's just been great that we've had all of your photos sent into the website and to Facebook. I've really been excited by how much that's touched everyone in the club, and people have sent in those photos. I really encourage you to go to the website and go and have a look at those, because there's just some great records of what people have been doing over the years. It does mean so much to the club that day, but it's more than a day. It's a whole year-round thing. I really enjoyed myself training, over the winter with Steve Evenden and William Brindley and Jane Bradshaw. I'm not doing the marathon myself, but just loving going out on the Sunday runs with them as they were preparing for that. And Matt Bullen as well was there. I saw Matt down the bridle path earlier this week, and hi to Val as well. So great to see him. I know he's training for the Ben Nevis later this year in September. That's not a marathon, but a fell race, but one of the classics. So really hope that goes ahead for him, and certainly he's enjoying, preparing for that, hoping that goes ahead. But, the marathon day is also about, the volunteering that we do in the club too. I know that Rob Brown, Steve Hollingdale, and Cilia, they've worked on the baggage, which is, an interesting way to see the marathon when you've competed a few times as well. I've got my medals here. I have a medal for when I competed in 1999. Won't go on too much about the time because it was pretty shocking, and it was a great experience. But also, my volunteers medal as well, because I want to shout out to Jay Galley, who looks after the mini marathon team for Bromley. And, Jay does a tremendous amount of work putting together those teams, and Andy Frankish running those wonderful trials at the Crystal Palace Park Run. To give all of our youngsters the opportunity to do the last 3 miles of the race. And I think that is so inspirational, going down and starting off at towards the end of the race there and getting to run, up the embankment all the way into the finish. Really does inspire you to come along and maybe run, the main marathon later. I can see Terry's there. Some lovely photos of Terry on the website doing the marathon. And Marco, of course, who's done the mini marathon, hoping, I'm sure at some stage to do the London Marathon too. So great to see Marco on here too. I'm going to send a wave to them, to both of them. But really great as well to catch your stories, because that's what would be happening at the London Marathon Supper. Everyone gets in after the race and can talk about the day that they had. And it is always moving to hear about people's experiences, because it is, a really unique occasion, the London Marathon. So really, really great to have that celebration up on the website. Well, it's been, great week. Great to see everybody. I think we've done this format now in the clubhouse for a few weeks. I'm looking for ideas of how you'd like to see President's News. I think we might do President's News on the road. Maybe not the literal road, but I think what we will do is try and take it out of the clubhouse. And if there are any particular sites, Blackheath sites, that are memorable to you and important to you, let me hear about them, let me know, and we'll try and accommodate those. But anyway, stay safe, everybody. It's great to have you tuning in. I'm going to go off now for my Wednesday night Zoom. I hope you're Zooming as well. That's a highlight of the Wednesday night and a great way to share Wednesday night and keep that tradition going. And I don't think the lockdown is going to be too much longer, but certainly looking forward to the time when everyone's back in here and we can do, a bit of both. Have a few people down the clubhouse, but definitely keep this format and keep sharing Wednesday night news with the rest of the club wherever you are, whether you're here in Bromley nearby or whether you're further afield, obviously on the other side of the world. So good morning to you over in New Zealand again, and thanks for tuning in. Catch everyone later.